5.043 and 5.06 because we're just converting the numbers into actual units and measurements. So work out the fraction to its simplest form of the chocolate shown below that has been eaten. So you can see the brown chocolate on the right hand side, and then you can see an empty part on the left. So you need to find out how much has been eaten first of all, and then simplify the fraction to its simplest form. Okay, Aman, do you want to have a go at this one?
Yeah, okay. So what you have to do is you have to count how many grids how much there is in a grid. So you count the sides, which is 4, and then horizontally, which would be 5. So then you count them together to make 20, and then you can count how much chocolate has been eaten, which is 8. So do 8 over 20, and then you simplify it, which the simplest form is 2/5.
2/5 is correct, Maman. Good explanation. Well done. Good boy. Thank you. Is your computer working okay now, man?
Yeah, I'm using my school one.
Okay, good, good. Well done. Okay, so next one. Select the correct picture which shows 3/4 of the chocolate remaining from the options provided. 3/4 of the chocolate remaining from the options provided. Which one do we think it's going to be? Okay, just type your answer in the chat box for me, please. Three-quarters of the chocolate remaining. Which one is it going to be? Okay, so Boga, if you could kindly just put your answers in as well. So in this case, it's going to be C, because 3/4 of the chocolate that is remaining, you can see that 3 strips of the chocolate are there, 1 strip is missing. So that will be C as your answer there. Okay, good. And the next one, have a go at this. You buy 6 bars of chocolate at 43p each, 4 loaves at 35 pence each, and 1.5 kilograms of potatoes at 64p per kg. If you pay with a £10 note, how much change would you get altogether? Remember, this is mental arithmetic, so work these out without using a calculator, please. It'd be good exercise for your brain and also my brain as well. Okay, once you work this out, please jot it down for me. A few more seconds to work this out. Hi, Mia.
Hello.
How are you doing? Are you okay?
Good. Yeah.
Good, good. Yes, very well, thank you. Do you want to work this out for us?
Is it C?
Any explanation why?
I just worked it out. So 43 times 6 is 120, and then you do 3 times 6, which is 18. So you add that together, that's £1.38.
Mm-hmm.
4 loaves at 35p each is 30 times 4, which is £1.20 again.
Right.
And then you do 4 times 5, which is 20. So that's £1.40.
Yep.
And then you do 1 kilogram of potatoes is 64.
Yes.
Half a kilogram is 32.
Yep.
And then you add those together. That's 96. If you add all of those together, it is £4.94.
Okay, so, and then when you take that away from £10, which leaves you with
£5.06.
Well done. Good calculation, Amir, by the way. Thank you, Amir. Okay, so next question is, look at the list of house numbers shown below. Identify a square number, then choose a correct answer. Identify a square number here. Let's go to Lubaba very quickly. Lubaba, can you answer this question for me?
9,
9. Why is 9 a square number?
because 3 squared is 9.
Correct. Well done. Thank you, Lubaba. Okay, so we're going to go for 9 here, because 3 times 3 is 9. Well done. Okay, next one. Look at the list of house numbers shown below. Identify a number that is a multiple of 7. Let's go for let's go for Daniel. Okay, Daniel. Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Good.
Good, good. And what do you think of this one, Daniel?
14.
So a multiple of 7, you said it's going to be 14. Why is it 14?
Because 7 times 2 is 14.
Okay, well done. Good. Thank you. And while you're here, Daniel, answer the next one for me as well. Look at the list of house numbers shown below. Identify 2 numbers that are factors of 40. So factors means any small numbers that can divide into 40. What do you think the 2 factors will be?
8 and 20.
8 and 20. Good lad. Well done. Good boy. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, and let's go to the next one. So look at the list of house numbers shown below. Identify 2 numbers with a difference of 9. Identify 2 numbers with a difference of 9. Let's go to Dan very quickly. Hello, Dan.
Oh, hello.
Are you all right, Dan?
Yes.
Good, good boy.
23 and 14.
And 23 and 14 is correct. Well done. Good answer. And just bear with me a second, Dan. Stay here. Okay, so while you're here, let's have a look at this. So work out the value of 2 plus square root 100 and select the correct option. What do you think the square root of 100 is going to be, Dan?
10.
10. Okay, and then because 10 times 10 is 100, and then what's the answer for this question?
12.
12. Good boy. Well done. Thank you, Dan. Okay, and the next one, arrange the following numbers in order of size, starting from the smallest. Click and drag them up and down until the order is correct. Just in case if you got stuck on this question, by the way, so what you do is you just click the numbers, you know, the numbers on the left, just click them and they actually go up and down. All right, so like this, for example, you can just move them up and down as you go along. All right, so let's have a look. Okay, let's go to BOGO for this one. Okay, Boga, you right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Is everybody okay at home?
Yes, everything's great.
Excellent. All right, so now we need to arrange these decimals, Bogo, in order of size, starting from the smallest. Which one do you think will go right in the top?
I think it's 0.049.
0.049. Okay, let's stick that right to the top. Go ahead. And next?
And 0.409.
0.409. Try one more time. Look at the number straight after the 0. The first 0. That then tells you it's the smallest number.
Sorry, say that again?
Yeah, so you know the 0 point. So always, because they all start with 0 point, then look at the second number. What's the smallest second number in that list? Forget about number 1 because you've already done 1.
Okay, it's 0.39.
0.39, well done. That's going to be number 2. And at number 3?
0.4.
0.4. Okay, let's move that up then to number 3. Good. Okay, let's move that up one more time. There we go. And next, any other changes?
I think it's 0.49 is the fourth, maybe.
0.49. Let me just show you this very quickly. So because it's a good point that we just got into actually. This is why I was waiting for this part. So if you have 0 point, let me just put my pen on. Okay, I just have to do it with my mouse quickly. So if you have 0.409 and you have 0.49, okay? Now, how do we determine which one's bigger, which one's smaller? Look at this. 0 is the same. Now we go to the next number. 4 is the same. Now we go to the third number, 0 and 9. So because this one is 0, this is actually going to be the smaller number. All right? Compare, even though this number is longer in figures and digits, doesn't mean to say that it's smaller. Oh, sorry, it's bigger. Because we compare the two together, 0, 0, 4, 4, and then we get to the third number, we know that this is a 0 and this is a 9. And what's smaller out of 0 and 9? It's a 0. And that's why 0.409 will be correct. So this particular order that we have now is going to be the right order. Okay, Boga?
Okay, thank you.
Brilliant, lovely. Thank you, Boga. So let's go to the next question here. Okay, arrange the following numbers in order of size, starting from the smallest. These are negative numbers, pretty straightforward, really. So again, we just have to put them in the smallest order. Remember that -7 is the smaller number. -7 is much smaller than 0, and -7 is smaller than 1. And then we have -5, and then we have -3, and then we have 1, and the biggest number on our list is going to be 4. Okay? Find the cube of 5 and then select the correct answer. So the cube, obviously, we know is 5 times 5 times 5. So when we do 5 times 5 times 5, our answer is going to be 125 because we multiply 5 by each other 3 times. Now this is an estimate, to work out an estimate for the value of the following question. So we need to round up the numbers up and down for it to actually make sense. There's various ways of doing it, but let me just show you this. So 7.8, what you can do here is you can round it up to 8, multiply by 5.3, so we can round it down to 5. Okay, and then 10.3, we can round it down to 10. That means that we have 40. I'm sorry I'm writing so slowly. It's just my pencil has run out of battery and I'm writing like a young kid at the moment, so with my mouse. So 40 divided by 10 is 4. That's how I would do it. All right, so 4 in this case will be the correct answer. Okay, let's go on to the next question. So you and your friend share £18 in the ratio of 1 to 5. Work out how much you each get and choose the correct option. Okay, so you and your friend share £18 in the ratio of 1 to 5. Work out how much you get and choose the correct option in this case. Okay, have a go at this and send me a quick answer in the chat box so I know that you know how to do it. Okay, good. I'm getting some good answers coming through now. So we're just going to do 18 divided by the entire ratio, which is 1 at 5, which is 6. Okay. And then because there are 2 of us, 18 divided by 6 equals 3. All right. And you get £3 because remember it's times by 1 because your ratio is 1, but your friend's ratio is 5. So then you just do 18 divided by 6 times by 5. And that's going to be £15. Okay. So it's basically £3 and £15, which is going to be our correct answer here, which is option number B. And the next question, in the survey, college students were asked to name their favorite flavor of crisps. Some of the results are shown in the diagram below. Because we're talking about crisps and chocolate since we started this, I'm actually feeling a little bit hungry now. I'm not sure about you. So some of the results are shown in the diagram below. Work out as a fraction the percentage whose favorite flavor was prawn cocktail, then choose the correct answer. So as a percentage, now we have to turn this into a percentage. Now this is 7%, which is a prawn cocktail. And because it's 7%, we know that it's 7 out of 100 because a percentage is always out of 100, all right? So in this case, 7 over 100C is going to be a correct answer. Okay, well done for that, Aman and Amir. In a survey, college students were asked to name their favorite crisps. Again, work out as a decimal the percentage whose favorite flavor was ready salted. Now, what we're doing is we're working out as a decimal the percentage. So we're converting from decimal to percentage ready salted flavor crisps. So it's 18%. Now we turn that into a decimal and we divide by 100 and the answer is 0.18. Okay, why is it divided by 100? Because we pretend that the invisible decimal is at the end of the number, and dividing by 100 has 2 zeros. We just move the decimal place to the left twice, and that gives us 0.18, and we just stick a 0 at the beginning as well. Okay. Again, 200 students took part in the survey. Work out the number of students whose favorite flavor was salt and vinegar. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute to answer this question, please, and I'll come to you in a second. So just work this question out. 200 students took part in the survey. Work out the number of students whose favorite flavor was salt and vinegar. So work out 20% of 200. Okay, well done, Aman. Work out 20% of 200. Hi, Rachel. You okay?
Yeah,
How you doing? Everything right?
yeah.
Good stuff. Do you know how to work this one out, Rach? 20% of 200?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I usually take the 0 off the 20 and then, so 10%.
Yeah.
And then after that, I put the point between the two and then I put the 0 in front and then I just worked it out.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
you can do it that way, Rach, and you can do it another way. So do you know what 10% of 100 is?
10.
Good. And that's 100, right? And what's another 10% of 100?
Of 100 again?
Yeah.
10.
10. And add the two together, 10 at 10?
20.
Okay, so 10% of 100 is 10, right?
Yeah.
And 10% of 100 is 10 again. But this time round, we need to double it because we're looking at 20%. So what's 20% of 100?
Wait, so I double it?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, so it's 40.
40, yeah, exactly. Well done. Good girl.
Oh,
And 40 is our answer, so let's go for that D. Okay, good, Rachel. Let's move on to the next question. And now we're moving on to some kind of algebra questions. We've got a few algebra questions here. I've been waiting to get onto here because a few of you, when you were doing your homework, you made some small mistakes. Cinema tickets are 5 for £30. So 5 for £30. How much is each ticket? Work out an equation where X represents the price of one ticket. All right, so let me just write this down for you and show you. So first of all, it's 5X, all right? And that means 5 times the ticket price. But we know that each ticket is, we know that tickets for 5 are £30. Now we just need to find out what X is, because 5X means 5 times X equals £30. So 5 times 6 tickets equals £30. So X stands for 6. All right. So in this case, we are going to go for this B, which is going to be the correct answer. So it just says 5X equals 30. And what does X stand for? It stands for £6. All right. Again, another algebraic question. So there are 3 of your friends. There are 3 of your friends already at the cinema. You are expecting 10 altogether. How many more will arrive? Work out the equation to where Y is the number of friends who are yet to arrive. Okay, let's go to Aman for an explanation for this one. Okay, Aman, I've just unmuted you. Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Hello.
What do you think? Yes, go ahead, Aman.
Yeah, so the answer to the question would be A, which is y plus 3 equals 10, y equals 7. This is because you need 10 friends, and to get y, you must do 10 minus 3, which equals 7. And then that
Right.
gives the answer.
Good. Okay, so because you have Y is the number of friends, right? And we know that Y is 10 friends, okay? But there are already 3 friends already here, aren't they, Man? And because there are 3 friends that are already here, how many are left to come? 7. So it will be the case whereby Y plus 3 equals 10. And what does Y represent? Y will simply represent 7. All right, so don't let these options confuse you, because you just need to break it down and make sure you check which one is the right answer. So Y simply equals 7 because you're waiting for 7 friends. Okay, next one, look at the 3 patterns made from sticks shown below. Choose a picture which will show the correct pattern number 4. So in the first pattern, we have 4 sticks. In the second pattern, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sticks. In the third pattern, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sticks. Remember not to count the sticks twice, because there's only 1 stick on each side. So what's likely to be the next pattern that comes after this, do you think? Okay, all we're doing is we're just adding on another 3 sticks. So 1, 2, and 3. All right, so it's going to be 13 altogether, and that will be basically D, which will be the 4 sticks at the bottom left-hand side. Okay. Okay, so complete the following table for the pattern sequence shown below. Choose the correct answer. The pattern is going up, obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then underneath, the number of sticks that are used in this case. So they're just going up in threes, aren't they? The numbers at the bottom. That's a pretty simple calculation. So what's going to be the next one? Straight after, so 10 add 3 is 13. And then 13 add 3 is going to be 16. So it's basically going up in threes. Okay. So 13 and 16 will be our answer there. Okay, for the next one, look at the pattern sequence below. How many sticks are used in pattern number 15? Have a look at this one. All right, I'm just going to carry on with this lesson for a few more minutes, if you don't mind, because a few students turned up late today. So we're just going to carry on for a few more minutes. Try and get this finished. Look at the pattern sequence below. How many sticks are used in the pattern number 15? So we've got first pattern, second pattern, third pattern. Who can explain this one to me? Anybody? Hi, Daniel, are you okay?
Yeah.
Good, good. Did you do this question before?
Yeah, but I didn't really understand it that well.
Okay. Did you finish your homework, this one?
Yeah, I did.
All right, okay. So with this one, look at the pattern sequence below. How many sticks are used in pattern number 15? So this, Daniel, just stay online for me a second. This is pattern 1, this is 2, and this is 3, right? So in 1, we have 4 sticks. In 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sticks. In the third pattern, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sticks, right? And then how much is it going up by?
3.
It's going up by 3 each time. So by the time you get to 15, okay, how much do you think it could be?
Um,
15 pattern. So if you keep on going all the way down, all right, and keep on counting up to 15, and you need to do a bit of working out for this. You can do an end term for this as well, by the way, which is probably the best way to do it. But I'm just showing you the basic version right now of how this is done. It will be, the 15 pattern will actually be 46 if you carry on counting with these numbers all together. Okay? Okay, let's go on to this one. Let's just explain this to you first of all. So your friend says that if there are m sticks in a pattern number, then the formula for m in terms of n is going to be m equals 4n. Select the appropriate answer explaining why your friend's formula is not correct. I think this was a question that you had some issues with, Amir, so I'm going to come back to you because I think you went through this twice, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what do you think about this one, Amir?
Is it C?
Why is it going to be C?
Because in the stick pattern, it showed us that every time, second time was 7 sticks, and if you get 2, the second one, and you use the nth term, 4 times 2 is 8 and not 7. So the pattern doesn't really work.
Okay, so where m sticks is the pattern number n, then the formula m in terms of n equals m equals 4n. So if you just put this down, m, let me get rid of that, m equals 4n, all right? And you're saying that the answer is going to be C. So use an appropriate substitution, pattern number 2. So m equals 4n gives m equals 8, not 7. All right. So if you're looking at the second pattern, right? So the second pattern means you just do 4 times 2. That's what this stands for. And the answer is 8, not 7. yeah? So this one actually works, and C will be the correct one, because if you multiply 4 by 2, which is here, that will give you 8 and not 7. So you just have a look at the 4 options and see which one works. Remember, when a letter and a number are next to each other without a gap, you multiply. All right, you multiply. So C will be correct, Emil. Thank you. And the next one is a conversion graph shown below. Can be used for changing gallons to liters and vice versa, by the way. That's what the conversion graph is for. Use the following graph to change 11 gallons to liters, roughly speaking. 11 gallons to liters, roughly speaking, in this case. So let's go to Dan for this question. All right, Dan?
Yes.
Good. What do you think about this one?
It's
Just have a look at the graph closely. 11 gallons and turn it into liters. So because you don't have a ruler, Dan, I'm going to help you out a bit. You go up there, roughly speaking. Now I don't have a ruler either, but I'm just trying to make a line here, which is a bit tricky. But, yeah, what do you think?
is it 50?
Excellent. There we go. All right. Good. So it's going to be 50 liters altogether. So option B, which is correct. And then while you're here, stay here for a second. Let's have a look at the next question as well. The conversion graph shown below can be used for changing gallons to liters and vice versa. Use the following graph to change 35 liters into gallons. So work out for me roughly what this is
7
going to
gallons.
35 liters to gallons, yeah.
Is it 7 gallons?
7 gallons, let's have a quick look. Bear with me a second, let me just try and make this line. Roughly there. Okay, roughly speaking. I would say that it's, yeah, I mean, it's closer to 8.75, I would say, so it's more than halfway. Yeah, it's more than halfway, so I'll go for 8.75, but that is a tricky one in terms of estimating. You really do have to kind of pinpoint accuracy with the lines as well, all right? My lines at the moment are not straight. Okay, thanks for that, Dan. Good answers. And let's go to the next question. Conversion graph shown below can be used for changing gallons to liters. If it costs 70p for each liter, use the following graph to calculate how much it will cost to fill a tank with 27.5 gallons. So 27.5 gallons. So if it costs 70p each liter, use the following graph to calculate how much it will cost to fill a tank with 27.5 gallons. 27. So what you're doing is now you don't have 27.5 gallons on this particular graph, okay? Because it's just not there. But we can try and extend it a little bit and try and see in our minds of what we can actually do next. So this is 25, roughly speaking. This will be 27, roughly speaking. So you just have to kind of estimate really of how much it's going to be. And see if it works. So I'll just go up there. Okay. And then I will just drag this line further up. Just further up there. And we're kind of assuming how much do you think that will be? So we make another line there. And again, remember this is like estimating. So roughly from the graph itself. And you can work it out as well, by the way. How much do you think this is going to be, roughly speaking? There. Okay, so that's 27.5 gallons of petrol, but it's 70p per litre. So if we say, for example, it's 70p a litre altogether, and we try and multiply that by, let's say 110, or in fact, we could say 120, sorry. How much would that give us altogether? 120 multiplied by, roughly speaking, 120 multiplied by 0.7 p per litre. Now, the reason I'm saying 120 is because that would be roughly around about 120. And that gives us around about 84 pounds something. 84 pounds, I think, exactly, from my working out. But because you're estimating the conversion graph and your conversion graph doesn't go that high, what's the closest answer there? I would go for D, which is £87.50. All right, that's how you can work out a conversion graph very quickly, or you can do a calculation. It's entirely up to you. Either. I would usually go for a calculation, but because we're working on conversion graphs, that's why I'm giving you the example of the conversion graph rather than just doing a calculation, because it's a non-calculator. Okay? Good. So let's go to the next one. Okay, have a go at this one quickly and I'll come around and ask you a question here. Travel company owns minibuses and coaches. Each minibus has 12 seats. Work out an expression in terms of M for the number of seats in M minibuses, then choose your correct answer. Okay, so all you're doing is you're multiplying the number of seats by the minibuses, that's all. So it will just be 12 times M, which stands for minibuses. That's all. And how is that written algebraically? It's written as 12M. All right. Okay, did that make sense, Dan, this question? Dan?
Yes.
Did this question make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, well done, good lad. And let's quickly go to Bogo. Bogo, did this one make sense?
Yes, it did.
Okay, and Rachel?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, good. Okay, just ask me. Just send me a message in the chat box if you need me to repeat something. I really don't mind at all. That's the whole point. Let's go for 12M. And then move on to the next one. A travel company owns minibus and coaches. Again, each coach has 48 seats. Work out an expression in terms of M and C for the number of seats in minibuses and C for the coaches. What do we go for here? How do we do this one? So you've got two expressions here now mixed together. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get 48 seats. Okay. And then we're going to see for number of seats. Okay, fine. So we're going to go for 48 times C, which is represents obviously the coaches, the number of coaches, plus 12M. And M represents minibuses. Now, why are we going to use this equation? Where do we get 12 from? We get it from the previous question. Remember the previous question? Our answer was 12M. Yeah, that's where we get this from. Just in case you were confused. I think a few of you were confused when you got to this question because you couldn't quite work out where that 12 came from. And that's because of the previous question where we knew that we had 12M, 12 minibuses. All right, I hope that's clarified a few things. Okay, next one. The rule gives the cost of gas. Cost of gas equals number of units of gas times cost of 1 unit. The cost of 1 unit of gas is 24 pence. Last year, your family used 564 units of gas to heat their house. work out the cost of 564 units of gas, then choose the correct answer. All right, now the reason why we're going over this, and this is one of the reasons I've decided to do it this way, is because when you do homework once, it's not enough. You need to go through it with a tutor to explain to you how it works. And that's where the double-edged sword comes in, whereby you actually go through a piece of work twice. So if you really did the homework first time around, and then you go over it with me afterwards, just to make sure that you understood the questions, that kind of cements the information in your mind, because you've already been through this question once. It's kind of familiar to you, even though you probably might not work it out. So that's why these sessions are so important, that you do the homework in time first, and then we go over these questions, and then hopefully it will make sense to you. And if it doesn't, then you can go over the recording of this lesson at the end, which I will put up at the end of the class tonight. Go over it tonight or tomorrow, any day going forward. And if that doesn't even work, then you just ask me, and I'll do a bonus session. And in the bonus session, I'll go through these questions. Okay? So we've got various ways of making sure that everything is done properly. So in this case, let me just go through this question, break it down for you. So 564 multiplied by 0.24 equals, and that's what we need to work out here. All right. So cost of gas is number of units of gas times cost of 1 unit. Now this is the cost of 1 unit, okay, which is 24 pence. And this 564 is the units of gas. I'm just breaking down the question for you. It's very important you relate this back to the question. So work out the total cost of the units of gas. And all we're doing is we're just doing 564 times 0.24. That's all. And our answer is 135.36 roughly. All right, that's how that's worked out. And the equation's right at the top. So that will be, answer will be B. All right, and one more. All right, it's important that we tackle these algebraic questions. We've got 4 more left. Don't worry, it's not going to take too long, but just follow me and pay attention how I do this. So, and it's really important that you break down the question, okay? If you don't break down the question, some kids, they give up because they read half the questions and they think, oh my God, I can't do this. This is too complicated. But you know what? You have to read the question. Read it 4 or 5 times if necessary. Go over it again and again and again and again until you can break it down. Believe me, if you keep on reading the question again and again, it will make sense. It will eventually make sense. Okay, so the rule gives the cost of electricity, and the rule of the cost of electricity is cost of electricity equals number of units of electricity times cost of 1 unit plus a fixed charge. The cost of 1 unit of electricity is 6 pence. The fixed charge is £7.24. Last year, your family used 2,130 units of electricity to heat the house. Your family says that last year the electricity bill was less than the gas bill. Is this correct? The numbers have already been provided to you. All you need to do is just put them together. So 2,130 units. All right, and I get that from here. All right, times by cost, which is 0.06 pence, which I get from here. Add, and it says fixed charge. Now, because it's a fixed charge, we just add it because that charge is not going to change. 7.24 pounds, right? And just work that out together. And that comes to 135 pounds and 4 pence. Okay. So in this case, our answer is going to be A. All right, you just multiply them and you always add the fixed charge. You don't multiply the fixed charge, you just add it on top. Okay, so this is kind of like short algebra now. So using y equals 4x minus 5, find the value of x when y equals 1. So we know that 1 equals to y. All right, and then we just do 4 times x minus 5. Okay, 4 times x minus 5. So if I did, for example, if I did 4 times 2, pretend x is 2, minus 5, 4 times 2 is 8, minus 5. 4 times 2 is 8, minus 5 equals 3. But this is wrong, because the answer has to be 1. All right, so it's not 2, and it's not 3. So let me go for a number smaller than 2 then. Let me go for a number smaller than 2. Let's go for 1.5. Let's go for 4 times 1.5 minus 5. What will that give us? So 4 times 1.5 equals to 6. And 6 take away 5 equals to 1. You just have to play around with the numbers a bit. All right, because I did 4 times 2 before, and I realized that, hold on, 8 take away 5 is 3. 3 is too big because we need to get 1. Then I went down a notch to a decimal number, 4 times 1.5, and then, which is 6. 6 take away 5 equals 1. So in this case, 1.5 is our answer in this case, B, which is 1.5. Okay, so this one, simplify PQ, add PQ, add PQ. And let's go to Aman. This is quite an easy one, Aman.
Yeah, so the answer to PQ plus PQ plus PQ would be D, because you're adding them instead of timesing them. You just
That's right.
So it'd be 3 PQs.
3 PQ, that's it. Simple. PQ add PQ add PQ is, how many PQs are there? There's 3. So you just do 3 PQ. Thank you, Aman. Okay, so 3 PQ is going to be the answer. Well done. And simplify K squared add K squared. Again, because this is an adding question, how many K squares are there? Let's go to Bogo. Hi, Bogo. How many K squares are there?
2.
How many K squares can you see at the top?
2k squares.
Exactly. So the answer is going to be 2K squared. You just add the 2 together, and the square part stays exactly the same. Well done, Bogo. So the answer in this case is 2K squared, and it's C. And next one, measure and estimate the length of the line AB shown below and select the correct option. Well, you just have to estimate this one. I definitely wouldn't go for 10 centimeters or 15 centimeters because they're just too big. 8 centimeters also looks a rough bit big. Let's go for 4, okay? It's just an estimate. So the following line, AB is a radius to a circle. Select the picture with the circle drawn correctly from center point A, all right? So it's going to be C, this one here. And the reason it's going to be C is because we're only looking at the radius, and the radius starts from the middle of a circle and it goes to the edge, or the other way around, all right? Whereas the others, this one, this one, this one, and this one, the radius is not being plotted properly at all, right? That's the correct radius, which is C. And work out the length of the diameter of the circle shown below and choose the correct option. Now we know that in terms of a circle, the diameter is always from one end to another, so it's double the radius. Okay, so in this case, because it's 4 centimeters, which is the radius, we're just gonna double this. Just double this, and it will be 8 centimeters, which is going to be the diameter. Okay, let's go for 8. And it says that select the picture which is correctly marked with a cross, a point where the circumference of the circle should start. So we know that the circumference of the circle always starts at the end of the circle, all right? At the end of the circle. So A is incorrect because it's not starting from the end of the circle. B is incorrect because the circumference doesn't start from the middle. C is incorrect because, again, it's not the end. D is incorrect because, again, the X is not at the edge of the circle. And E is the only circle there where the circumference point starts at the edge. Okay. let's go for the next one, and let's go to Dan for this one. You all right, Dan?
Yes.
Good boy. What do you think, Dan?
It's
So below is a shaded image showing a grid of squares in centimeter squares. Find the area of the shaded shape and choose the correct option. So, you know, in this case, you just add up the shaded squares, that's all. Have a go at that.
Is it 21?
21 centimeter square, because it's area. And if you don't have any measurements, you still have to put centimeter square at the end. Okay? Well done, Dan. Thank you. Okay, next one. All right, for this one, let's go to Lababa.
Is it D?
That was quick, Lababa. Did you read the question?
Yeah.
Crikey, that was very quick. Okay, let me just have a quick look because I'm a bit slow here. Okay, so below is a shaded shape. We know that this is 21 centimeters, right? Because Dan told us already before. This is 21 centimeters square. Now you need to find an image at the bottom that is also 21 centimeters squared. And you said which one, Lababa?
D.
D. So if you add up the shaded rectangle, how many squares are there altogether? There's 21 centimeters squared of shaded squares there. So good answer. Well done. Okay. So Ilbaba, while you're on the line, okay, Ilbaba, I think you're gone now. Couldn't wait to go. Okay, I'll go to Fatima. Fatima, let's see if your computer's working. Okay, just unmute yourself, Fatima. Is it not working? Okay, don't worry. Let's go to Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Okay, let's have a look at this one, Rachel. It says below is a shaded image showing a grid of squares in centimeter squares. Now we know that this first image is 21 centimeters squared. We know that from before. Now the shaded shape has one line of symmetry. Now which one line of symmetry is going to be the correct one? A, B, C, D, or E? Line of symmetry, in other words, cutting in half the shape as a mirror image.
So is it whatever one adds up to 21?
No. So in this case, you're just cutting the shape in half like a mirror image.
Oh, is it B?
Correct. Well done. Good girl. Okay, stay with me for a sec, Rach. All right, look at the image below. Work out the size of the angle marked X. Now, you see this one, Rachel? Let me just change here. Okay, what do you think this is going to be? This angle there.
Oh, 90 degrees.
90 degrees. How many degrees are there in a full circle?
360.
Good girl. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add these up. 100, add 60, add 90 gives us, how much does that give us? 250. So 250 altogether, right?
Yeah.
With the three angles, excuse me, that we already have. We just take that away from 360, which is a full circle. And 0 take away 0 is 0. 6 take away 5 is 1. 3 take away 2 is 1. And we are 110 degrees. Good. Well done. Okay, let's swiftly move forward. Some easy questions coming at the end. So what is a mathematical name for the following shape? Rachel, what do you think?
A cylinder.
Well done, good girl. Cylinder looks like a bit of a Smartie box for me. Do you eat Smarties?
Sometimes.
Okay, good. What is the mathematical name for the following shape?
A triangular prism.
Excellent, well done. Good. And what is the mathematical name for the following shape? This looks like a box of cornflakes to me.
Cuboid.
Keyword is correct. Well done. Okay, thank you very much, Rich. All right, now we're moving on to the coordinates graphs. So let's go to somebody else for a contribution. Okay, Danielle, let's go to you. Hi, Danielle, look at the graph shown below and identify the coordinates of point P. Can you plot that for me?
-3, -2.
Well done. Stay on the line. Let's see if this is correct. Yes, it is. Okay, so the point Q has coordinates 4, -2. Select the picture with the point Q correctly plotted and labeled in the options provided. A, B, C, D, or E. You might need to kind of zoom in your computer a little bit. See? Let's have a look at that. Can you see this? Can you see the zoom?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, it is. So -4 and -2. All right, -4, which is here, and -2, which is there. So we know that this is correct. Well done. Let's go back. So we'll go for C. And look at the images shown below. Choose the correct picture marked with arrows. So we're looking at parallel lines here. Parallel lines, Daniel. So do you know what parallel lines are?
Yeah.
So we're looking at one image, right, which has the correct form of parallel lines. So parallel lines are always opposite each other, always opposite, but parallel lines never ever meet. So parallel lines are always opposite, but they never meet. E is correct, well done. So if you see this, the parallel lines are exactly opposite, but they don't meet each other. That's what the meaning of parallel lines means. Good, and while you're still here, Danny, look at the image shown below. Choose the correct picture marked with the letter R in the right angle below.
A.
A, yeah, A is correct because the correct one here obviously is there and it's marked with the right angle. So that's right. Let's go for A. And look at the image shown below. What type of angle is shown by the letter X? What do you think letter X is going to be?
Acute.
Acute. What is acute angle?
Less than 90 degrees.
Exactly. So acute angle is less than 90 degrees. A right angle, we know that is 90 degrees. Obtuse angle is between 90 and 180 degrees. And reflex angle is 180 to 360 degrees. You know, when I was your age, I used to always forget these. And I remember one day my teacher said to me, look, there's one easy way to remember these. Put them in alphabetical order and you can't go wrong. A-R-O-R. We know what right angle is, everybody knows that, but it's only the acute, obtuse, and reflex that kids usually get mixed up on. So put them in alphabetical order and then you know exactly which way around they are. Okay, so Danielle said it's acute, so let's go with acute then. Go to the next question. Got a few questions left. Look at the image shown below. What type of angle is shown by letter Y, do you think, Danielle?
Obtuse.
So obtuse is between 180, sorry, between 90 and 180. And yeah, reflex is between 180 and 360. All right, 180 and 360. So it's the biggest angle there. So we'll go for D, which is reflex. Okay, thank you very much, Danielle. Put yourself on mute. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to Aman. Okay, Aman, read the question, please. Read the question, Aman. Go ahead, Aman.
I think he will go into...
Can you read the question, Aman, first of all?
Oh, okay. The play run has only 4 possible routes for the rat to take, labeled 2, 4, 6, and 8. The rat is equally likely will use the tunnels 2, 4, 6, or 8 on the probability scale shown below. Select whether the correct letter A, the probability that the rat will use tunnel 2. Then choose the correct option.
Good. Okay, so the rat has 4 possible routes, like you said, and it's either 2, 4, 6, or 8. He can go into any one of those particular cups. On the probability scale shown below, which is, this is probability scale, 0 to 1, and half is in the middle. What is the probability that the rat will use tunnel 2?
I'd say C, A at 1/4.
1/4, because there are 4 options altogether. And because there are 4 options altogether, he's only going to go into 1, and that will be 1/4. Well done. Man, stay with me. So 1/4, which is C. Okay, so the next one, Aman. Again, the rat can go either into tunnel 2, 4, 6, or 8. And on the probability options shown below, which is 0 to half to 1, select the letter B, the probability that the rat will use a tunnel with an odd number. So how many odd numbers are in our list?
There's 0, so it'll be A.
Exactly. So it's 0. There are no odd numbers within the tunnel. So we're just going to go for A, which is 0. And the next one, so on the probability option shown below, select the letter C, the probability that the rat will use a tunnel with a number greater than 3. How many numbers are greater than 3?
It's 3, 4, 6, and 8. So it'll
Yeah,
be 3
exactly.
quarters.
It'll be 3/4, exactly. So in this case, we're just going to go for the last one, which says 3/4, okay? Simple as that. All right, Aman, while you're here, have a look at the next question. Read the next question.
You recorded the colors of cars parked at the school yesterday. The table below shows your results. Using the circle shown, choose the correct picture with an accurate pie chart showing this information from the options provided.
Yeah, so you record the colors of cars parked at your school, and all you're doing is using the circle shown as an example. Choose the correct picture with an accurate pie chart. So for blue, we have 20 cars. Red, we have 22 cars that we saw in school yesterday. Green, we saw 6 cars, and 12 for white cars. So what do you think could be the one here?
I think it's the bottom left, I believe.
Bottom left?
No, I mean the middle on the bottom. Middle
on the bottom. Yeah, you're right. Because 22 is the biggest segment, but at the same time we have 20 as well, and we've got 6 and we've got 12. This makes more sense. Yeah, you're right, Aman. Well done. Okay, thank you very much, Aman. Okay, let's go to the next question. So we've got 6 questions left. So on Saturday, you jogged from your home to the park. You had a rest in the park, then you jogged back home. Below is a distance time graph for your complete journey. And what time did you actually leave home? So let's go to Amir for these questions. Okay, Amir. So below is a distance time graph, right? And what time did you actually leave home, Amir?
9:05.
Yeah, how can you tell it's 9:05?
Because the distance time graph starts in between 9 o'clock and 9:10. So right in the middle is 9:05.
Well done. So 9:05 is when we start. That's when we start walking. Excellent. And have a look at the next one. So below is the distance time graph for your complete journey. What is the distance from your home to the park? Now, let me just write this down, Amir. So from your home to the park, right? Because here you're still walking to the park. You're jogging to the park, sorry, apologies. You're jogging to the park, and that's where you get to the park, right? And that's where you have a bit of a rest. And this is where you come back home. So what is the distance from your home to the park?
7 kilometers.
Exactly, 7 kilometers. There we go. That's the distance. 7 kilometers on the left-hand side. Good. And below is the distance time graph. And how many minutes did you rest in the park? So this is a rest period from there to there.
It's 9:35 to 9:45, so it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes altogether. Okay, good. So 10 minutes is correct. Okay, well done. And Amir, while you're here, shown below are the weights of 5 pot plants. Determine the range of their weights and select the right answer. So how do you work out range?
The biggest number taken by the smallest.
Exactly. Just in case you've forgotten, everybody, big number take away small number, okay, gives you the range. Okay, so what's the big number and the small number here?
20 and 3.
And 20 take away 3 is?
17.
17, good. Pretty simple stuff. Nice and easy. And again, following is a list you made of time in minutes of your favorite tunes. Tunes meaning like music tunes. What is the mode of your tune time? What does mode mean, Amir? Okay, Amir, you've muted yourself. No mind. Let's go to Lababa. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Lababa, what does mode mean? Can you remember?
Most common.
Yeah, most common or most popular number. Most popular or most common occurring number. What do you think the mode is here?
5 minutes.
5, because it comes up once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times, all right? Most popular number there. So we're going to go for 5 minutes altogether. Well done. And stay with me, Lababa. Okay, next one is mean. What does mean mean?
The numbers added up divided by how many there are.
Exactly. So add all the numbers up and divide them by how many numbers there are, and that's what we call an average. So if you were to add up all these numbers, Lababa, can you add them for me?
Okay.
Don't worry, take your time. I know it's, don't want you to panic when people are waiting or anything.
38.
38. Okay, let me check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 24, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. It is 38 indeed. Well done. And how many numbers are there altogether?
10. So it's 3.8.
Yeah, there we go. 3.8 is our mean number, average number. Good, well done. Let's go for 3.8. All right, we've just got 2 questions left, Lababa. Stay with me. Look at the following image. Work out the area of the grass patch, then choose the correct option. How would you work out the area?
I would do 3 times 2, which is 6.
Yeah, exactly. 3 times 2, width times height, which is 6 centimeters squared. So we will go for C in this case. And the last question of all, Lababa, is the last one. Read this question out for me.
Look at the following image. It is enlarged by the scale factor 2. Work out the area of the enlarged grass patch, then choose the correct option.
Okay, so the scale factor 2, which means that we times this number by 2. So we times this number by 2, which is?
6.
6 centimeters. And we also times this number by 2 as well, which is?
4.
4 centimeters, all right? And now you multiply these 2 numbers together because we're finding the area of the larger shape. 6 times 4?
24.
24 centimeters squared. That's it, all right? So you just timesing it by scale factor 2, and you're just trying to work out what the big patch of grass there is, and it's going to be 24 centimeters squared, okay? Good. And that's it, folks. Thank you for the lesson today. Dan, you okay? Good. And good lesson. I'm sorry to keep you for half an hour extra than scheduled. I just wanted to make sure that I went through all of this because it was a really long assessment in terms of questions. Remember, I'm going to put this up in the recorded section of the lesson, and feel free to go into the recording section anytime you want. All right. I've checked all your homework. There are a couple of you who haven't actually done homework yet for this session. So I recommend that you get it done as quickly as possible and make sure it comes into me, all right? As quickly as possible, please. And thank you. Look after yourself. I will see you on Monday, all right? Thanks for your time. Take care. Bye-bye.